Hey YouTube, PhatPastor here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live Prop Panels live stream. Anybody on the live stream Discord that does not want to go online, please step over to one of the other audio channels and we'll be over there in just a little bit. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We're going to jump on over and get right in to the topics tonight. I hope this stream finds everyone well wherever you're at all over the world. How's it going, Skip? You are live.
Hey,
Lee, Mr. Lee.
alrighty.
Hey, DJ Lee, Mr. Lee. How's it going? Yeah, we will have Jarvis on tonight, so I will hear him, but the guys on the Discord won't. And if you want me to post your comments, I can do that now. Philiblaster says my daughter absolutely loves my new UDL quad. I've been able to fly more this week than usual. Than I usually get to. My kids watch me fly the UDL Prospect and a 6S TinyWhoop today. Well, man, that's good that they're not afraid of it. We don't have the
J on E Loco 619.
I won't have the usual stream bouncing up and down, but we.
Hey.
How's it going, June Loco? All right, let me switch this here.
Cream FPV.
Looks like we've got us a. How's it going? Is it P Chisel? All right.
Raymond Correa.
I will turn my camera on so that it's got my in there also. And then I'll
hey,
turn
Pastor,
myself. Yes. Hey, Christian, how's it going?
Pretty good, buddy.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
This is your first time, man. You just jumped right on the beaches of Normandy, one of our live streams. So we don't always stream Discord, but I invited Christian on here the other day. He's a pastor down the road from where I'm at that's wanting to get into all of this. So let's welcome him to the chat tonight. Come on. There we go. There's my ugly mug. Looks like we got Bro Delicious in here. I don't know if he's got a camera or not, but we'll see how it goes. So, all right. I don't think I have this quite adjusted, but I'll adjust it throughout the night if I need to. Welcome everybody. So tonight's stream is our post race stream, if I can talk. It's our post race stream. We're going to talk a little bit about the race, things that happened that we want to do better, and things that went perfect, which there were some, and so yeah, I'm gonna adjust this screen. Y'all bear with me a little bit. There we go. All right, and Christian is new here, so he's got a lot of questions to ask, and feel free in the chat. Jarvis is on only with exclamation point, exclamation point. I'll hear that. Other chats like June Loco did here, where he put the exclamation point, space, then Jarvis will read it in my ears, but the other guys up here, they won't hear that because they are on Discord. So if you hear me start to talk, guys, and stop, that's because someone is chatting through voice to chat. So DJ Lee, Mr. Lee, hello, all is good, all is good. Been rocking the Avata 1 custom Atreides built like a beast. All right. Is that one of your fans, Atreides? DJ Lee, Mr. Lee?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He lives in Tennessee, near Panther Creek. Panther Creek.
Yeah. You must have built him an Avata 1. So let me switch here real quick, guys. I need to hit a setting in here that I don't need the whole world to see. All right. Let's go
He
back to
learned
the
a lot.
guys.
Mainly, I learned that Skip can make some great tracks.
Oh, Jarvis read to everybody, but I'll read it to you, Skip. Philiblaster says, we learned a lot. I mainly learned that Skip can make some great tracks. Props to you, brother. Props to you. So,
Yeah, that's some good tracks for sure. Yeah, we had a lot of
yeah,
fun for sure.
we got a lot of video. I intend to mesh up. Actually, I counting the race, my DJI Pocket, counting the race and what I filmed today for a shootout. This is a little, might be backwards. Yeah. This is a, I will give you guys that are on the stream a, come on, a preview. Mobula 7 HDzero versus DJI 04 shootout was filmed today. Got two SD cards full
Red Sky
of
FPV.
of video that now I've got to edit it. So,
Great
well,
use of the space available. I can't wait for the next one.
yeah, Phil says it was a great use of the space available. Can't wait to the next one. Let me talk to our guest here. I don't want to be a bad host. Christian, good to have you with us. Christian got in touch with me. Was it over Facebook?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, it was over Facebook, and he saw I think it was Middle Tennessee Drone Racing
Yep.
ad for our last race, and he's excited to get into it. He lives, if there was a way that I could arrange it, he lives almost directly in between me and Skip. So Skip's up in East Tennessee, I'm in Middle Tennessee, and Christian here are P Sizzle. Is that right?
Yeah, Pete Tizzle. Yep.
P Sizzle. P Sizzle is his racing name. Lives in between us. So hopefully y'all will be seeing more of P Sizzle and all of that. We got Mr. Brody on here. He don't have a camera, but Brody, if you want to say something, your mic is hot. I guess it is. If not, he's just gonna sit here and look pretty. Okay, I think he's going to wait. But tell us a little bit about yourself, if you can, Christian.
Yeah. So I've been in the RC for years and years. I raced Roar and Ifmar on surface, and buggies and truggies, and so I did all that, and then I flowed camera drones for years, and then found the FPV sport just to be captivating. Something I really decided I really liked, and started hunting around, and I came across off of another site, ended up seeing the race that you guys had. I live in actually a town called Sparta. I'm about 20 miles south of Cookeville, off of 40, but I serve in a church in Smithville, which is right on Center Hill Lake. And that's so I'm always back and forth between Sparta and Smithville, and spend quite a bit of time in Cookeville. But as the job I've got, my daily job, I call it, I'm an audiovisual design engineer for a global company. So I do all kinds of stuff, from jumbotrons to conference rooms to you name it.
Oh, you do like those. I've been. What's the word I'm looking for? Coveting those back walls that is one continuous LED screen.
Yep. Yeah. So I designed it. Yeah, I designed those. I was an installer for years, and then became an engineer, and so I now just sit at home and work from my house. So it's a good gig. I enjoy it, and besides, it gives me time to wait for for my deliveries of drone parts to come in.
Right, there you go. Did you answer your 5 points questions of what you did?
No.
I don't know if you'd get that joke or not.
No.
Just sitting there-
I really want to play Halo on a jumbotron. It's a bucket list item.
somebody said that they really want to play Halo on a jumbotron. It's a bucket list item. No, evidently someone sent me a thing today. I was out on on my phone that
Insane!
evidently, hey, we got a super chat. I'll read that in a second. Um, Evidently, Elon Musk sent out a tweet to every government employee telling them that they need to email back 5 things that they did
Oh,
productive in their job, and if they don't email back, they're fired. He said,
that's
eh,
hilarious.
and people were complaining. He said the reason for this is we believe we have hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are still getting a paycheck that are dead.
I,
Yeah, I believe I watched. I believe I watched that, and they said there were so many people that were over the age of 200, and like they went on to list how many people, and it was like a bunch.
Yeah, there was.
And
I saw that.
I think the oldest one was like 250 years old or something like that.
I saw one last night that there was one person 360. That
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
makes them older than our country. Let me read this super chat real quick, guys. McFly says, "Keep up your good work, Marty." $20 super chat. Thank you, McFlies, for your super chat. It helps the channel. It helps what we do here at Fat Pastor. Helps us put on these races and be able to bring people together from all over the state and have a good time and play with our toys. I'm not ashamed of that. You know, what's what people I grew up being told the difference between men and boys is the cost of their toys. So it doesn't offend me at all. So yeah, so Christian's making the move into FPV. You already got a TinyWhoop, right?
yes,
And
sir. I've got an Air 65R, and then I'm in the process of building a 5-inch that I recently got some more parts in for today. But yeah, I can show it. That's a 5-inch I'm building. So it's
oh yeah,
Mhm.
this fella over right up here,
uh-huh.
he is 533's pro builder. Is that what they call it? Or master builder or pro builder? What it
Yeah, expert builder.
expert builder. So if you need any building help, sometimes with some of the stuff when I don't have time to build it, I'll just pack it up and ship it to Skip and say,
Johnny Scars.
build it for me and I'll pay you.
Very cool.
D. Lee said that must be of
The
the
fact is that
bloodline
we
of
didn't receive a death certificate for those people.
Methuselah.
Welfare stops paying at age
Yeah, we
115.
definitely need
But still,
more
crazy.
engineers in our hobby. So uh,
Yeah.
it's always great
Philoblasters.
to have more heads, more
Hey,
brains.
here is the winner of well, Phil got first place in the UDL, correct? Yeah. Johnny got first place in the. I know he got first place in the 65 mil, and it was a battle for that between him and Philoblaster. So welcome, Johnny Scars, a member. See that gold star beside his name there means he's a member of the channel, and that just means we
Very
like him a
cool.
lot better than everybody else. No, I'm joking.
Uh,
There is no paywall here. It's I look at that as a tip. Y'all have to remember I got a case of the can't help it. So Philoblaster says this. The fact is that he's talking about the. He said the fact is that they didn't receive a death certificate for those people probably. Welfare stops paying at 115, but still crazy. Really? Well, that's not fair. If you turn 116, you certainly, if you've been having it, why cut it off? I mean, if you could maybe send them a letter, or since there's so few of them, send somebody stop by and check on them. They still alive. Don't cut their benefits off. If they
I got second in
115,
both.
yeah, Phil got second in both, and
yeah. Johnny Scars got first in the UDL.
I had a big DNF on 65. Do not finish. So
Yeah, yeah. Johnny Scars, that was his third race, and for him to get first place in 65 mil and UDL was pretty amazing.
it is. It is. He's got some skills, and no offense, Johnny, but Johnny's not a spring chicken. You know, he's he's got a little bit of years on him, like we do, doesn't he, Skip? And he, well,
Yeah,
maybe
well,
quite, but
hey,
maybe quite not quite as much as me or you, but uh,
it's
to
good to
come.
see an older guy
That's right.
actually
Yeah,
get first in the tracks on the
yeah.
tracks.
Usually it's the proteges that come out at 13 and just start wiping the floor with everybody. But yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Johnny has got some skills. He's got some racing skills, and not to mention top notch guy. First guy there. I'm not going to say why he was there early, but he was the first guy there, and literally the last guy to leave the restaurant um, with me. So first
Nah,
one
I got
there.
lucky. It was about whoever crashed the least lol. Racego got him to that talent threshold.
Yeah. Johnny Scar says, nah, he got lucky about whoever crashed the least. I don't know that it was luck that much, Johnny, because you were like, man, most of the time I just kept the stick to full throttle the whole time. Now, I can honestly say there was portions of the track that I left the stick, full stick the whole time, but it wasn't most of the time. So, what about it, Skip? Was it most of the time with you, full stick?
Full stick on UDL.
Christian
Yeah.
Pudney.
Uh, there was a lot of times. I mean, maybe not most of the times. I had a pretty rough time on UDL. Be honest with you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Johnny crashed way less
but
than me.
it felt
That means he is
way
better.
different to
Lol.
what we done before, and I was kind of used to what we done before, and
Yeah.
I don't know. The response of the drone was different
Yeah.
than what I was used to.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not going. The speed was almost the same, but as far as how the drone accelerated,
Mm-hmm.
it really threw me off.
Yep.
But I was also tired and been up the next morning till like 4 a.m. or something like that.
Right. So it appears that we have a contest on age. So Christian is 53, going on 15, and Raymond Carrera is 61, going on what, 13, Raymond? And DJ Lee is 50 here. When you turn 51, DJ, I'm 50, turn 51 in March. So Johnny Scar says he'll be 43 in April. Definitely not a spring chicken. Yeah, but not a summer goose either, so.
Well, I might have the most white hair here, but I'm probably the youngest one out of the old guys.
Yeah.
I'm only 41.
Wow. I would like to say, you don't look that old, Skip. I'd like to. No, I'm joking. Phil hit on it. He said, Johnny crashed way less than me. That means he is better. And in UDL, that's really what it comes down to. Sometimes the lines, I know that Z King, I passed him a couple times, and he's like, how are you guys passing me? He said, because I was full stick. And a couple of times he would make a wide turn, and I'd just cut the edge off. And
Yeah.
that's really, if you're both full stick in the same area, running the same motors on the same spec, that's really only the only way that you can. Scream said he'll be 41 in April. So yeah, we're just a bunch of old guys there playing with old guy toys and having a good time and enjoying it. And we're going to do it again. I don't know how we're going to do it next time, but we're definitely going to do it again. And stay tuned. We do have March 15th marked on the schedule for the next race. Don't know where it's going to be. I did spend a big shout out. I want to say this before I forget it, to Tim Tom from over the pond. I was on Discord with him the other night till I guess it was 11, 12 o'clock. And if you guys don't subscribe to him, look him up. He is a trackside guru. He really helped me out. I used one of his templates and had a hard time getting it to transition. And I thought it was something that I was doing
I'll
wrong, but
be 35 in May. Guess that makes me the baby.
yep. Phil says he'll be 35 in May. That makes him the baby. But I thought I was doing something wrong, but at the end, really, it was just the way my laptop was reading the network, and he fixed that for me and everything in about 10 minutes. Big shout out to those guys at Trackside. They have a Discord. Let me let me switch over here real quick, guys. Take it off of y'all's face for a minute so that I can get the link to Trackside's Discord. I want to post it in the in the chat. And of course, when I do that, y'all may not hear it, but Jarvis is going to read every letter of the link. But if you go to that Discord and subscribe to them or join it, whatever, and our Discord, I'm gonna throw a link in there to that while I'm doing links and got everybody over on another page. That top one right there near the baby face is Trackside. Go over there and at least if you race around here and your chapter uses Trackside and it works smooth and all that, go over there and give Tim Tom and the guys over there a big thank you because that's open source. I guess the only money they're getting is from patrons. So, and our chapter, me, myself, PhatPastor, and I'm gonna try to get away for our chapter to be a patron. They really helped us out, and really going to make our races look a whole lot better. Here is the link to our Discord called FPV Freaks, and it's open to anybody. Members do get access to a little bit extra, but it should be that way, right? But there's no stopping you from going on and hosting live chats and all of that inside the Discord while you're simming. So, yeah, you got a hubcap for a 72 Pinto hatch. Oh, Ford Pinto. You gotta love it. No, I don't have one. My brother used to have. I think it was a '77 Ford Pinto. Yeah. So my first red box with Digital says that he built his first red box with the Radio Shack and Muser. All right, I'm gonna let these guys have their private conversations. If it's something that you want me to comment on, put the exclamation point space while I'm off topic with the guys. Let me show you guys this. Give y'all a little bit of a warning. If you're not familiar with these batteries, I ordered this battery from Amazon. It's a Cotter battery for a radio battery. Skip saw. I took it out of the package. Come from Amazon. It's already severely puffed. One cell is 1.9 volts, and the other one is 2 point something. Of course, this is going back, but be careful, guys. That's dangerous. That can catch your house on fire. So, just a little warning to you out there. Watch your lipos.
Yeah, and if you do want a good battery is SMC. I really like those batteries. Those are really nice. We're trying to get them. I'm currently talking to them and trying to get them to make us some Whoop batteries. And but the best Whoop batteries out there is questionable, and it's still up in the air on which is the best. Pastor likes lavas, I believe,
I do.
And I like the We Bleed. I call them Virginia Slims. They're the 465
Yeah, I got some of
battery,
those. I got.
and
Did you use that in your UDL?
No, no, I used
Oh,
it for
okay.
my 65 mil though.
So I was fixing to say you'd be out of spec because it's 450 mil on
Oh,
milliamp
I
only.
did not out of spec.
Those are lavas. There they go. That's the best ones on the market, and in my honest, humble opinion. So,
Yeah, I used the Tattoo 450s for the spec drone.
yep, you use the tattoos. I like the lavas. Now, I will say that I got an opportunity today to test the Amazon Crazy Pony 450s. Actually, don't do too bad. I let Mode 3 and Pink Lady borrow some of them, and I
Lava
guess they.
tattoos have held up well.
Yep. I don't think lava and tattoos are the same batteries. I don't. I don't know of anybody else that's making the lavas. Tattoos has got a much bigger cap on them. They may be the same sale. I don't know, but I don't think they're the same batteries. They're. I know in one of my UDLs the tattoos didn't fit very well. So, all right, let me get back to the guys here, and then this is the panel tonight. We got Skip, a multi GP champion, or at least went to champs there with his shirt on, and
Champion.
two old timers that come out of radio control airplanes and race and cars. So you can fire away at your questions, or if you guys have anything. Do you have any questions
On a toned
for us
down
yet?
UDL quad, any battery will be okay for a race.
I so I'm just so new to this and just learning it. I kind of jumped on the mini whoop because it was the quickest way to get in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and
Skip is the
got a
champ.
set of lava 260s and lava 300s, and when the 450s came in, I was like, wow, they don't fit in my frame. So I was like, that's kind of strange, and I was just trying to figure that whole thing out,
Yeah.
and of course, the nomenclature that's around everything, right? Every
Mm-hmm.
every subculture has a nomenclature.
Yeah.
So just trying to learn all these acronyms is a
Right.
little
Yep.
daunting.
Yep. Just
So
got to learn the language. That's right.
yeah.
And there's a lot of people on the chat right now that's trying to figure out what nomenclature is. So
So uh but yeah, and it's really cool to see all of this tech. I mean, if you think about it, like all this tech that is now so micro tiny, and to
mm-hmm.
have, it's just so neat to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
it's cool.
it just keeps getting better. I will we'll talk about it here in a little bit. I had a lot of messages. People text me and sent me messages about Stu's video or Stu's live stream on the HDzero goggles, the new box goggles. There was my understanding, put it that way. There was a not an NDA, but a release date that was agreed upon upon getting the information. And I don't think Stu knew that, but Ryan went out and he's released a video today confirming that he is now the president of Divimath USA, and that there are HDzero box goggles starting at 390 or 299 or 350, which would have the Express LRS backpack, which connects that to your radio. So your radio and your quad will have Express LRS on it, and then the goggles will. So if you change the channel on your radio through like Lewis, and you say go from R8, say the race announcer say, I tell you at a race, I need you, Skip, I need you to switch from R2 to R7. He can go into his Lewis and tell his VTX administrator, video transmitter administrator, to switch it to R7. When he does that, his radio will change the quad and the goggles all at the same time. These box goggles have something unlike any other box goggles that has ever been released as a box goggle. We know that there's others that don't claim to be box goggles that use one screen. It has a 120, what I heard, or it might be 150 hertz refresh rate screen in the box goggles. Has HDMI in, HDMI out. It has analog built in, just like if you like the HDzero screen that's both analog and both HD, then these goggles are going to have that. And Ryan said that there's a lot more things that he is going to be working on as far as the engineering side, leaving Carl available to work on the chipset, the ASICs and things like that, and that HDzero and DiviMath will be branching over into more things than just VTXs, flight controllers, cameras, and goggles. So expect to be seeing things in 2025 coming out. So I'm excited. I hope that I am privileged enough to remain as one of the people that gets some of their stuff early to review it, but it's okay. I don't have to be, though I want to be. I want to still be, but because I just love HDzero. I told you today that I did the shooting. I shot the all of the B-roll and the footage for these, the DJI and HDzero. I hope to get back into doing more of my reviews like I used to. So there's some editing coming. The videos will be released first, kind of proofed to members, and members get to watch it first. They get to see it first, and also they help me if there's any like misspellings or something in it. They can come to me before I push it out to the whole world. And if you want to know how to be a member of the channel, it's just right down in the description. You can click that link, and as little as $1.99 a month or $9.99 a month, you can be a member to the channel, which helps out what we're trying to do here in both Soki and Middle Tennessee drone racing. So that being said, I know Skip's got some things he's wanting to talk about tonight. So go for it, Skip. I would try to hush. You know how hard that is for me.
Oh, well, I mean, you're doing great, Pastor. I do have to say, behind the scenes, with 533, I have been working really hard, and there's fixing to be some new things coming out for the Whoop world, and it's going to be very exciting. So keep your eyes peeled on that for sure, because something amazing and some relationships have been put together, and it's just going to be something amazing coming up with 533. So I kind of wanted to tease that a little bit, and maybe you guys can guess, but I'm not telling you anymore. But it's going to be amazing, and I worked really, really hard on it myself. And but no, we got some. Do you want to go into the UFO stuff, or
Spill the beans.
Yeah, we can. We only have one Pastor Reacts videos. Let me do that real quick. You had mentioned to me, Skip, about maybe doing
yeah,
or the panel. I need to change that to the panel reacts instead of just the Pastor Reacts. But
yeah.
yeah, here is that video. Let me see. Wait. Let's give him some sound. This feller. Hang on, Marty. Why does this fella not have any sound? Let's try this again.
We're driving an air conditioner. They say nothing can stop a train. Well, nothing can stop this train. Oh, yeah. Let's give it a spin. I'd like to thank my friend Russell Latner for building me this fine machine. Oh yeah.
Can you play that in the Discord so we all can see it?
Hang on. I like his headlights sticking down in the front.
What is that, an air conditioner?
That's an air conditioner over a lawnmower, is what it looks just like. Oh, no. Yeah, that's... let me see how I can get back to you here.
Why does that guy remind me of Kevin Turner?
That's correct.
What? Philip Blaster says, why does that guy remind me of Kevin Turner? How do I get back to the... Oh, right here. There we are. Now we're back. I thought that was Red Sky for a little bit, but obviously it wasn't. So, all right. Yeah, Mr. Lee, D. Lee said that, or DJ Lee says, whoa, seen a few strange things myself lately. And Phil tells you to spill the beans, Skip. Tell him what you seen on the way home, if you feel comfortable with that, on the way home from the race.
I don't remember. Oh, now, okay. Yeah, I do remember now. Okay, so...
He was half asleep.
No, I was not sleep driving. No, I was not half asleep. So, yeah, on the way home, which I didn't even tell my wife this, but I was coming back from the race and on my way from Middle Tennessee to Knoxville, and I seen this green light, and it looked just like if somebody were to take an LED strip and they were to, stand up an LED strip like this, and then it started from the top and it just went straight down, and I'm talking about super straight down, like it dropped, but it was a green. It looked like a green LED light that went from the clouds to the ground.
Now, did it look like it streamed like some LEDs would do, or did it just look like a solid light with no tail on it?
Well, I mean, it didn't have a tail on it, but it was so straight that it looked like it was following like a tower or something. But it was so tall that I don't think you could have a tower that tall, because it went from, the clouds to the ground, and I've never seen it happen again. So you think if it was a tower or something like that, it would happen more than once?
Yeah.
But
Well, and how many times have you drove that same stretch of highway?
A whole lot.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, whoa, guys, I just seen, I don't know what I seen, just some kind of green light that went from the top to the bottom of my windshield, pretty much.
That would be a
And it wasn't a reflection off my windshield, because you could tell a reflection or whatever on windshields. And
Would
stuff.
that be a legitimate UFO, unidentified falling object?
Yeah, I don't know if you count it as flying because it wasn't
Falling.
moving around.
Falling.
It would be falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Skip
falling.
has seen some sheet.
We'll let that one stand, Christian Cunning. Skip, where did you get those gummy bears?
Gummy bears. What gummy bears? I've not eaten any gummy bears.
Oh, those gummy bears.
Nope.
Those are not IO gummy bears.
I do not partake because I definitely wouldn't be driving. I would be hiding underneath my car, probably.
Skip was legitimately, he worked himself. He went above and beyond. As you were talking, I was playing all the guys at the race. It's like Skip's the man. He was the champ of it all and all of that. I was putting that up on the chat, the feature chat, and Skip was gracious. He went, having a 3 hour, close to 3.5 hour drive ahead of him. He still, after shutting down, went to the restaurant with us, and in between ordering and getting the food, he concerned a few of us because he just sit back and went and took himself a micro nap for a second, and which was wise. I mean, he did it, and people were like, "Marty, is he okay?" He was looking at me like, "Is he okay? Is he okay?" And I'm like, "You okay, brother?" He's like, "I'm fine, man. I'm gonna take a
No,
little nap."
I was trying to take me a nap, and everybody was like, "Are you okay? Let me get you a hotel." And I was like, "No, I'm great." Actually, when I got home, I actually stayed up for another 2 hours
Oh
because
yeah.
it takes me a while to actually wind down from all that.
Did you realize one time he was like, I was like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Man, I'm fine."
He is basically Gilligan.
No, I'm joking. I don't know if that's a compliment, Phil. He's basically Gilligan. I don't know about that. He makes the show. Is that what it is? If Skip is Gilligan, what's that make me? Don't say it, Phil. Don't say it. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead. Back to what we now. Back to the show.
3 hour tour.
Well, we got some more crazy things
Yeah,
to actually show people if you want to go into that.
yeah. We certainly can. We can share the screen. We are not afraid
All
of
right.
of the
Now,
topics here. We're going to be
so
respectful and keep it clean to everybody and everything. Oh,
You are the professor.
good answer, Phil. Good answer. Good answer. Phil says I'm the professor. So
so NASA has released some stuff,
NASA.
and we've got some NASA footage here, and our my guy Casper site here, he actually finds all this stuff and puts it all together. But here we have something, and we don't know if it's debris or what, but it just seems weird to actually be moving in a direction and changing direction. Now
And this is
you got
from
to
the International Space thing also,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, this is from the International Space Station. Now you have to remember all these are going to be from NASA and from probably from the space station or in orbit. You have to remember that you're moving at 16,000 miles per hour.
Hang on. I have messed something
So
up.
anything that can move around 16,000 miles an hour,
I
it
feel like NASA is the
is
Kmart of the
pretty
space
amazing.
race.
Hang on. Skip, I
So
have messed something up again. Give me just a second.
okay, alrighty.
How is it back
But
on? I don't know how it's back on that, but I did
all right,
something
while
wrong.
he gets ready there, but if you really think
Oh, it's
about it,
popped out.
to be in Earth's orbit, you got to be going 16,000 miles per hour. That means the ISS travels around the world, I think, every 90 seconds.
Yep.
And I mean, that's just crazy on how fast it goes around the Earth.
Yep. I think we lost Christian.
All right. Did you get to work there, Pastor?
It is. It's up. Phil says it
Okay.
feels. I feel like NASA is the Kmart of space age. Yep. Says, hey, gotta jump. Y'all be safe. Looking forward to getting to know all of y'all and learning from each of you. Thanks for jumping on, Christian. Uh,
All right. Have
didn't
a
mean
good
to
one,
throw
Christian.
you right to the Sharks' first night on here, uh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. We threw you right underneath the conspiracy bus, didn't we?
so
No, we like to show this stuff uh off because I mean I think we're going to be seeing changes within our lifetime what's in our airspace,
Absolutely.
and it's something that we need to probably get used to seeing, because they probably wouldn't have came out with it on Congress if we wasn't going to be seeing more. But you got it up now.
Yes. Oh
All
no,
right, here
no,
we
I
go.
got you up. Hang on.
Okay.
Now it's up. There we go.
All right. Here we go. So we got
He left
this,
before he would have to deny anything in court.
and
Right.
I have no clue what it is.
Looks like it's got a window
But
in it.
look at this right here. That's like some type of object for sure.
Some type of
These are,
something.
yeah. Now this one's amazing right here. It just disappears. Poof,
Yep.
gone.
Yep.
And that, I mean, I have never seen anything on NASA footage that would do that, to where it would just, you see it 1 second, next second it just disappears.
Yeah. Raymond Carrera says
So
17,500 miles an hour to get into space.
yeah, so you could say some of this is space junk, but this right here, it just vanishes, gone.
Like it went into a different dimension.
Yeah, and it's not like Predator vanishes, like where you still see a silhouette of it. It's just gone.
Sorry,
Uh,
guys.
And you
Forgot
could
to
say
clean
some
up
of
my
that space
space
junk. I'm sure you know, but this right here, is pretty amazing.
Yeah, Phil said he's sorry he forgot to clean up his space junk. I believe it. My tool box for whoops was in such a disarray. I let Phil use it to work on it, and my screwdrivers were in different places. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. My screwdriver was, but for the most part, he left it, put it back in great shape. Johnny Scar says, "Wow, that's wild. Look at that. That
Yeah,
one looks like it's got propulsion on it. That's Elon.
yeah,
He's zipping
yeah.
behind him there, probably.
That's crazy right there.
That might be a SpaceX rocket that they picked up and they just don't want to show it because NASA's mad at them. NASA's mad at Elon right now. If you guys don't know,
I don't know
because
why, but he's
well,
saving their astronauts
well
that they left stranded up there.
they're saying that they're not stranded, but Elon said they've been there almost a year and it was supposed to have been a 2-month deployment,
Yeah,
and you know, so they were on X calling each other liars and all that kind of stuff. So
well, the president says that the administration left them stranded, so
yeah,
kind of got to take his word for it. Okay, look at this right here.
that's like
I mean,
Klingon. It's like cloaking. Klingon, the
yeah,
Klingon ship decloaks right there
yeah.
in front of it. Yeah.
It shows itself a little bit, then it goes away. I think this is something big, like a big object.
Yeah. It's hard to tell in space, and it's kind of like out in the ocean. It's hard to tell whether it's a really big boat and far away or close up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
makes you
wild.
wonder. Um, I was telling Skip this the other day, and I'll just pose this question real quick. Makes you wonder why they created a space force. I'll just put that in your hand. You think about it. You do with that what you want to do with it, and we'll click back on this screen, back to looking at Phil's space junk.
Now, this one right here I thought was super amazing. Now, this is when you have to remember how fast they're moving, and then this right here happens.
This is a guy on a spacewalk.
Yeah, this is a
He,
guy
he,
on a spacewalk fixing a satellite or something, and then this comes up behind you.
they just pop up. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's like,
Yeah,
and NASA's like, shh, shh, we're filming. And they kind of
yeah, and
cut the feed.
yep, cut it, cut it. You don't want to see that.
That's like when that weird uncle that everybody's got shows up. Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
All right, and
This guy's so animated though.
yeah, he
Part
is.
of that,
You need
the
to go check him out. Casper site.
yeah.
This one is pretty cool too. They this tells you how far they can zoom in on something on Earth and walk onto it.
Looks like
Look at that.
caskets.
Yeah.
Ain't that like the pod that Zod?
If that doesn't tell you the technology we have on the ISS right there. And there's the official NASA feed right there.
It has been cut. We've experiencing technical difficulties. Raymond Carrera says, "Look up government teleport plane." Raymond, if there's a video associated to it, look it up and pop it in the Discord and tell us where it's at, and we will play it and we'll talk about it. Exactly, Anunnaki. That's right. Anunnaki, descendants of Anak from Genesis
Yeah,
chapter
and, you know,
6.
some of this is real blurry footage, and I don't think.
Yeah, we was watching that one, and it was somebody with like an iPhone, like, look at that, look at that.
Yeah,
And it's
you
like,
know,
why does the person with the iPhone 3 always the one that sees it?
yeah.
You know?
Today's day, as good as cameras are, there's no reason why we shouldn't be getting nice, decent HD footage.
Yeah,
This one was real
DJ Lee,
interesting.
I I believe all of that's
Talked
clear,
about
man, in the Bible. I don't know if you guys, what you believe, and you're right to believe what you want to, but I think it's very clear, spelled out in Genesis chapter 6, what this stuff is.
So this one right here, you talked about Space Force. Check this one out. This one is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
So you got this object right here, and it's moving,
In
kind of slow,
91,
and
1991.
then yeah, and then it takes off, and look what follows behind it.
I'm
So
out of
it's
here.
taking off now. Now,
There goes a
oof,
missile.
yeah. I don't know if it's a missile or a laser weapon or what, but there's something actually coming towards that object.
Yeah. He's like, I'm
And
out
it
of here.
moved out of the way.
Marduk.
You got to think that's moving, tens of thousands of miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes another commercial, of course.
Here we go. Is this the one that ends up showing like the jellyfish?
I don't know.
Space debris, but it stops. But watch this. The camera starts to move to the left. It goes up. See, it's going up to the right. And it's almost like the camera person.
Yeah, the camera
Yeah.
moves.
Then it
Before it
starts to
moves.
move. Like they're anticipating the move.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah, that one
Nephilim.
is
That's
cool.
right. Nephilim simply means giants in Hebrew.
All right, here's the other one.
If you really want a lesson on that scream, look up Tamu Nephal. Nephal is the singular of Nephilim.
Yeah, here's the one that I believe you're talking about. That
I
Yeah,
think this whole thing right here is when they was making COVID. You know, that's a petri dish, and that's a needle. But no, I'm kidding.
Right.
I knew Ra.
But yeah, this one is weird. They start showing something that they all start looking the same.
Yeah, I know
But
that. I know that. NASA said for years that those things were actually reflections on the screen. But that
yeah,
one right there, they all kind of got the little same little notch in them.
yeah,
Then this one comes in like, hey, what are y'all talking about? If it was lens flare, why are they going opposite directions and all of that? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. That one's weird for sure. And
I think
but
it's
all
just
the you can tell what you're looking at here, though. I mean, you're looking at that's the Earth you're looking down on, but there's like two, you know,
either
objects.
either balls or cylinder or saucer shaped
Yeah.
things that are just like, hey, what's going on? Oh, y'all's mom said you can't have company now. All right, we'll be down at the basketball court playing. See you later.
But that's pretty much it right there. Some really strange objects for sure.
Johnny,
Still, I think my
Johnny,
favorite one though is this one right here. I really like the one with the disappearing object because this is really good footage right here. It looks like really good quality. This one, it just disappears. That's my favorite one.
it's like it slides behind something else. That's correct, Mr. Lee. 100% correct. They're called the men of renown or men of mythology. It's where we get the pantheons.
There it is.
There it is, up close and personal.
There you go. All right, there we go, Pastor.
All right, thank you, Skip. Appreciate that. I'm gonna close that screen out. All right, so just me and your ugly mugs in here now, and we can answer any questions. Z King, dang, what did I miss?
FPV.
You missed a lot, brother. You missed. We had a special guest. I invited C. P. Sizzle, Christian Cutney, I believe that's how pronounced his right last name, the pastor that we were taught that messaged us on Facebook. He jumped on. I urged him yesterday to jump on the Discord and talk with us some, and I don't think he was. He might not have been aware that when he jumped on, we were in the middle of a live stream. But he come on and was very cordial and gracious, and we kind of let him introduce himself and threw him right to the sharks, didn't we, Skip? Just
Oh
here
yeah.
you are. You're on a live stream. That's one thing, guys. On the Discord, over on the side over here, it'll have a list of
I'm
things,
just gone saying.
and
Technology and knowledge continue to push each other forward. The past century brought communications and transportations.
Oh, I got
So far,
some.
this century
I got
has
another
brought us
footage I
AI
wanted to
and quantum
highlight.
PCPC.
Whenever we get
yeah,
time,
okay.
it's some HDzero footage.
Yeah. Say that again. What Jarvis was reading. Phil said, he says, I'm just going to say it. Technology and knowledge continue to push each other forward. The past century, communications and transportation so far, this century has brought us AI and quantum computing. And yep, so there's no telling where it's going to go from there. Say that again, Skip.
Okay, I have some more footage I want to highlight when we can get to it. I
We're
got a
good.
friend with HDzero footage. He's got a new channel up, and uh, I know this guy. I used to play video games with his brother, and he just started flying HDzero and built himself a Grandirino, and he gets attacked,
He,
which
he
I'd like
gets
to show
attacked
that
by the
footage.
Grinderino, or you? Oh,
We'll
it
leave that for you guys to watch. How he gets attacked.
make it big.
All right, let me bring it up here.
I bet it's by a
Uh,
red-tailed hawk. Yeah, it says bird attacked my
definitely.
quad. Maiden flight.
You can see it already.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I will bring it up, make it big, and we'll start it over here. And guys, go and check him out. This is Ethan and uh, Ethan FPV.
Ethan's house looks like the
This,
house from the Waltons.
this is
Kind of.
his Grinderino, and he's doing some freestyle. He's a new pilot. But look here.
If companies like DJI,
Yeah.
HDzero, CADX, and countless others are to
That
create what they
is
create, then imagine
a
what a
pretty
government
rare
agency with a
catch
blank
right
check
there.
can come up with.
But he
Hmm.
keeps it in the air. I have to give him props for that. Most people would freak out and
I was flying with a friend of mine, and I have it on my channel. He was flying a 5-inch when a red-tailed hawk hit it, and
Have you all seen those airburst drones developed in the 1970s?
do you think it knocked his antenna loose because he's got considerably worse footage after that?
yeah, possibly. I mean, it could have broken his thing. Might have flown
Because
off with his uh, with his antenna. I
he
don't
went
know.
from clear footage to having quite a bit of
Yeah,
static here.
and you could tell by the speckles under the wing that that's most likely a red-tailed hawk. That they are vicious when you get near. Even a sparrow hawk. I had a sparrow hawk almost take off with an 85 millimeter of mine. That they had a it was a nesting pair out. I was flying out in the field, kind of like what he is, and I got too close to where the nest was at, and one coming and swooped at it, and of course I saw it, and they tell you when, especially when a bird of prey or something, if you see a bird of prey in the area, or bird in general, take your quad straight up, just punch out and go straight
Yeah,
up,
look out. Yeah,
because birds don't go straight up,
right.
and the squeal might be enough to make them think that you might be a falcon or something like that, and that's
But
what I
yeah,
did.
go and check this guy out. His name is Ethan1715 underscore FPV.
Hit the share button there, and drop it in the Discord, and I'll put it in the link.
Alrighty.
You drop it in the chat of this Discord here. I'll put it in ours. Phil says, "Have y'all seen those Airbus drones developed in the '70s?" Yeah, we played it on here one night. Skip showed it where the thing just kind of hovers, where it's just like all of these, the different gas pockets out, and let me see. No,
Sorry there. I had to grab my mouse real quick.
okay. Close that.
Well,
Yeah, we played that on here a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or more ago. Birds love camera drones. Anything below them is their prey. That's right. Yep. We've all seen the one-way whoops where a bird will take them back to the nest.
All right, here's that link.
No. Okay. Yep. We can do that. Copy text. And I will
I
paste it
posted a
here.
video in the videos for live stream section.
Okay. Phil's got a video in the live stream section. Can you pull that up, Phil? Phil.
Yeah,
Skip.
I'll check it out. Even though my name ain't Phil, but I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. Well, you know me, man. I don't mean nothing bad. I just my brain will be thinking one thing and something totally different will come out. Yeah, guys, go by here and subscribe to this guy. And, leave him a comment and tell him PhatPastor sent you. And
Yeah, I'm trying to see where he left it at. I don't see it there, Phil. Maybe it's in video links. Post the videos in the videos for live stream section. I definitely don't see it. So if I look in the live stream chat, I don't see where he posted it. So sorry, Phil, I don't see.
Let me see. Post
where you
videos.
post-
Right here. Yeah, we've already played it. But we'll play it again. That's that one you showed, Skip. I don't know if you can see it. It's the one that kind of shoots the air blast and then falls into the net when it's done.
Oh, okay. Did we show that already?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, there it is. He's got it up right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a missile kill system is what that is.
Yeah, but they had that in the 70s and the 80s. If they had that in the 7th and the 80s, now look at that's a smaller one. I don't think we saw that one.
Yeah, I actually didn't see this one.
And another one, yeah.
They call them different things: KKV, MLK, missile kill vehicle. They call them all kinds of stuff. Boeing, Lockheed, Northrop. They've all got this. Oh, this is a good video here. I don't think I've seen this one, but yeah. So this footage that you're seeing right here,
Let's
I think
pause
this
it
is
for 1 second.
early 2000s is what you're seeing. I'm pretty sure.
Let me pause it and we can switch back around. You pick it up if you will, Skip. That last time we showed that video, I got a copyright strike on it, and we had to pull it because I let the audio play, and it was actually the audio was what's that subscription? I used to do it, but something epidemic sound, yeah. And I canceled them, and they're like, nope, you got to take the audio down, or we're going to copyright it.
Oh yeah.
Just insane. I'm thinking it's definitely what kind of propulsion the UFOs are using. Curtis Hayes.
There we go.
Well, you know that guy that killed himself out in front of, or unalived himself, I'm sorry, out in front of the Trump thing in Vegas. his
Let's kind of see how it try to start out.
manif- yeah, manifesto said that it was anti-gravity propulsion stuff that we were seeing. They were
Gravitic
gravitic.
propulsion.
That's it, gravitic. Yep. Skip's showing some of it. Jump to about halfway through it, Skip. That's the part
All
where
right.
where I stopped at.
No, heck, let's watch it all the way and see what happens. So this right here is it's the same stuff that they use to correct space shuttles,
Hmm. But
and
here's the thing. I mean, does it have a is? I mean, you look at the exhaust on it.
yeah,
You know, it's actually
monopropellant is what it is.
what is it?
Monopropellant.
Yeah. So is it combustion? There's those little
Yeah,
jet. I mean, little
these
actual
are combustion.
combustions of a flammable substance. It's what it looks
Yeah.
like.
So this is highly toxic. So they have to get people out in suits to refuel these things. Uh, and that's what the military uses is that type of. We had a space shuttle. I don't know if you remember. We had a space shuttle that the military was using, and they had to come out in suits. And I forgot what hydrazine or something like that is. I forgot what it is. It's some chemical that they use.
I wonder if it's
Uh,
that new element that what's his name?
that
Oh,
155. No, I don't think
yeah,
that's what it is. No,
Night Raymond.
this is just it's a highly combustible gas, and the reason why they use it is because you don't have to have much of it, and it puts off you know a lot.
Yep.
That way
Hello,
you don't have to
Curtis.
have a
Welcome to the
lot
channel.
of storage.
Smack that like button if you haven't already, guys. And if you like the kind of topics and stuff you see us talk about, or hit that thumbs up. It's kind of like leaving a tip, and subscribing is kind of like leaving a nice tip.
So this
Dark
is what they
matter.
actually put on
Mm.
satellites and ballistic missiles to intercept uh, nuclear missiles.
Yeah, Curtis Hayes says hydrazine and
Yeah,
dendrogen and
hydrazine.
texturide. All right, guys. Quantum physics. It's like blah, 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 blah. But look at that, man.
It's pretty amazing.
I wonder if it's noisy.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's loud as
yeah, I
crap.
think on the first video we played the video and it was like,
Yeah, that's super loud. But you're seeing it right there. They don't even have a net underneath it right there.
mm, yeah, there's that one that we saw that was really loud.
Yeah, this is the one we saw. And I mean, you could see the clouds coming off that thing. The green looking clouds.
Marty pronounces the first A
You
in
see
Arab.
that haze that whenever it fires, it's got like a green haze or whatever. Yeah, that stuff is nasty. You do not want to be nowhere near that.
Yeah, this is the stuff they're probably working over there in Oak Ridge now. That's why they're
Yeah,
Oak Ridge has got their own drone team now, right?
well, that's why they were saying at the New Jersey drones and stuff. Don't get near these things. If you find one that's downed or whatever, don't get near it because it will make you really stick and you could possibly die from that pretty
Yeah,
quickly from what I
that's
understand.
that's cool, Curtis. Curtis says he was in the French Guyana to help get James Webb Space Telescope launched. So, yeah, I'm not. Phil says Marty pronounces the first A in Aaron. I just say all the time after my head injury. But yeah, my pronunciation skills aren't the greatest.
All
He said
right, there we go.
he had to take a class at the Space Center in French Guyana, Guyana, which we had to park our cars facing out of the parking space. So if the hydrazine cloud headed our way, we could get the crap out of there. Yep. Sounds like stuff you don't want to mess with, man.
No,
That
definitely.
and puffy lipos. Yeah. Puffy lipos. That's of the devil, Bobby.
Yeah, so I looked it up here. It has a hazardous substance fact sheet, and it's basically saying it can be absorbed through your skin. Uh, it's a carcinogen. It's highly corrosive chemical. It can
That
cause
wouldn't stop them from putting it up in our atmosphere at all, would it?
right. Well, I mean, if this is saving her life, though,
Yeah.
from a
If
nuclear missile,
if it's either
I don't.
some cancer or a nuke, right?
But yeah, it talks about headache, dizziness, seizures, convulsions, uh, and may damage your red blood cells and cause anemia. So
Yeah.
basically, this stuff is deadly. So
Yeah. Yeah. Curtis Hayes says that he's made a few fires in his basement with one with puffy lipos uh, and two with ESC fires. Yeah. Yep. I've had a couple lipos go up on me. Um, Luckily, never one in the house.
yeah, I seen somebody on Bardwell's video. Bardwell talked about how to safely charge in your house, and he said get an ammo can and cut like 2 inches of the gasket out, and and I what I done is I took an ammo can and I drilled 3 holes in the top of it
Mm-hmm.
and put a filter, a HEPA filter on top of it in case something did go off. Yeah, yeah. And somebody said in the chat to get a liposafe bag, and I'm gonna be the first one to tell you right here, you do not want to ever get a liposafe bag because the reason why is because that thing can be swelling up and get ready to explode, and you'll never know it. And the liposafe bag is not going to stop it.
No.
The liposafe bag is actually going to fuel it.
Yep. And
And
if you
ask me
have the
how I
money,
know.
yeah, you've been there. If you have the money, this is what I recommend. It's got the
Oh,
holes in
what?
the. This is the bat safe,
Oh,
and
okay.
it'll lock down. It's lined, and all of these holes are vented. It will let the smoke out, and it's non-toxic and all of that. So, I keep this and a 50 cal ammo can sitting open. That's why I was rubbing the dust off of it. Sitting open by my bench all the time, so I can. You can even charge with this hole right here. You could stick your wires through it, and it's made
Yeah.
for you to safely charge inside this with it locked closed. But
Yeah.
until matter of fact, until I get this cotter out of the house with its swollenness, I am going to put it in this, and I'm just going to shut it down. And it come from Amazon. And if the people want it back, they can take the risk of it. I'll tell them that it's dangerous to
Yeah.
ship.
Me and my wife, we woke up to the whole. See, what happened was I was charging the battery. I had it in a liposafe bag, and I turned off the charger and woke up uh, to flames.
Wow.
My whole side of my bed was on fire.
Oh.
Uh, and flames were up to the ceiling, and I fought my butt off to keep the house from catching on fire. And so I don't
Wow.
recommend a lipo safe bag. I don't charge inside anymore unless I've got it right next to me and I can visually see it.
Yeah. Now,
And
what size battery was that?
that was a 4S.
Yeah. I had I had a 2S go off right as I walked out on my back patio. Some of y'all's watched the videos and seen how my place is lined out. I had it by the pigtail, and I could show you a very similar one to it. It was a tattoo. It was about this size. It was a 2S, and it had puffed up, and during the middle of charging, and I got that sweet smell. So it kind of smells like juicy fruit. If you're pumping and you pumping, if you're charging and you start smelling something that smells sweet, kind of like juicy fruit or something like that, get it out. This it had only started puffing a little bit. It wasn't sizzling or anything, but I smelled that smell and I unplugged it, and I had it like this. And by the time I got to my back patio, I was gonna flick it out in the yard, and it just about a 6-inch flame just right out the side of it, and I just actually kind of dropped it, and it landed on the edge of my concrete patio, and there's still a burn mark out there right there because it sit there for like 15 seconds and just unleashing this like a torch, a flame that long, and it was a 2S.
Yeah. Yeah, they can do a lot of damage really fast.
And this
And
this is one thing that I think people, it really helps me. I'll take when I'm out in the field and I charge, like today I was flying a lot of 2S, checking out the DJI. Phil, I was checking out the DJI 04. You should come and fly it with me. You could check it out. But when I charge a battery, especially a 2S order, I'll just put this little cap on them. You print them up. This is TPU. I printed up like a dozen of them. Slide it on there, and I know this battery's charged. I can look in my flight pack of a bunch of batteries that I flew today, and you can see a lot of them don't have that on them. A few of them still have it. These over here are discharged, and I've still got a few that I've got to, I just look into the bag and pull out the ones that are still charged. And
yeah, Mr. Lee says, would the ammo can potentially become like a grenade and shoot shrapnel?
if you
So,
don't take the gasket out, yes.
yeah, yeah. So that's why you're supposed to drill holes in the top or take the gasket and remove some of the gasket. You got to remove it all,
Yeah.
but remove some of it.
Or you can remove it all. Either way,
And
I mean, it's just going
there
to let
is a
the
lot of
smoke out.
videos. Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there that prove that this is one of the most reliable ways to charge lipo batteries in case of a fire. It will actually save your house.
I'll show you guys this right here. This is a gun safe that I got from Academy. I pulled all of the metal out of it. It's lined with fireproof sheetrock, and there's little squares about this big full of fireproof sheetrock. And when my batteries are stored, it goes in that inside of this. There's a smoke alarm. There's some holes drilled in the top. I don't know if you can see this hole. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a hole right in here, and there's holes in it, and inside of it, and also back on the other side of the closet area. There's no clothes in there. It's just drone stuff. Is a fire extinguisher. So I don't play with lipos. A lipo will and I've seen lithium ions go off. Like a lot of people think that lithium ions are safe, that they won't go up. You know, I've seen a flat nosed Samsung go off and shoot a flame about 2 inches long.
Some of those explode, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen videos where they blow open people's pockets in their vapes. So I don't really know. Lipos are, I mean, it's not worth my house. I have a handicapped daughter, so I'm not playing around with stuff like that. I ain't
Yeah.
got time for that. Those of
Yeah,
you
time
that
for
are
that.
channel members, you might have seen that I did get the up to date members up on the screen there. So if you're a member of the channel, you will notice that your name will flash back there. And that, so yeah. Curtis Hayes says that I have a metal cabinet I charge in. Yeah. A fire blanket nearby. Yeah. Yeah. He used to. He looks like here he says he used uh, a charging bag to carry one outside, a flaming battery outside. If you're close, you can drop it in the toilet. It's still going to smoke and it's still going to flame up, but the water's not going to put it out. But to keep it from catching your house on fire, throw it in the toilet. If you have a true porcelain tub or sink, don't throw it in no plastic sink. At PhatPastor, I put a link to my Flickr album in your Discord general channel with pictures of my trip to French Guiana. Guyana. All right. Let's see. What was it under? General. I'll have to leave Discord to do that. Skip might be able to do it, but being that I'm running a live stream through the Discord,
Where did he say he put it?
it's in general.
Okay.
Because I'm running the live stream, Curtis, um, I can't. Again, guys, if you will, let me check the analytics while Skip's doing that. Smash that like button if you will. YouTube's delayed, but it's showing me 23 viewers and only 11 likes. So smash that like button for me if you can. Update it, whatever. And you've got to be careful when charging.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Oh, is
Curtis,
this,
it actually told me that I needed to leave Discord, and it may be because I'm streaming through it. I don't know. I'm streaming through OBS, but Skip can
Oh,
share his screen. It's easier
all
for
right.
him.
I'll share some stuff that I've seen here. Let me see. It looks like he's at some kind of facility here. Is that like satellite? Is that a satellite?
Is that the Hubble? Or what is it? That telescope, the whatever telescope that he said he was working on.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, here's the
The
Boeing
James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh, James Webb. Okay. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it looks like he's in a clean room.
That's
Oh,
what.
there's a Reaper.
Yeah.
Some
Wait, is
aviation
that the
stuff.
Millennium Falcon? I'm joking.
And is that SR-71?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's some cool stuff to show.
folded up into the top of a rocket. That's what he says.
And then
James.
a nice big juicy sandwich here.
Yeah. Old days, I had a double battery alien vape. Put the batteries in wrong, instantly vape smoke hot, then pitched it to the ground and couldn't believe it got hot instantly. Yeah. When I first got into batteries, when I was in radio control. So, is that in France? Yeah. I was in RC, and we had done a lot of most of the stuff that I did was with nitro. And when we went to making the changeover to lipos, remember I had a big 3S. I think it was like a 2300 or something that it just went dead, and I wanted the connector off of it. one of the one of the one of the cells had went bad, so I took this pair of Kleins and just cut through both of them. And when I did, it welded those lines together. Just put a spot on them, and it looked like you just welded it right together. Couldn't open them back. Space industry, they like that aluminum foil stuff, don't they?
Yeah, it's like a shielding, and it like
It reflects.
really is
Yeah.
light. It's light.
Yeah. Supposedly, when you're in the shade, if you will, it's in South America, north of Brazil.
Definitely don't want to ever
Yeah.
see one of those.
No. Good to see one hanging in a museum or on the ground, but not in the air. And this is in South America. Those are all U.S. planes. That's a F-4 Phantom there with the Marines on it. I know what that is. I don't know if the green and yeah, that's U.S. Air Force on it. U.S. Air Force.
SR-71.
Yep. I guess we've got a museum down in Guyana.
All right. Well, there
The
we
Raiders were
go.
smoking before it even hit the ground. It popped out. Or who knows, yeah.
Some pretty interesting stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There we go. Well, thanks for sharing that, Curtis Hayes. Nice to see
Yes.
that.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, and yeah, anybody feel free to share anything that they have FPV related or anything to do with air. Anything to do with anything that
Hang
flies.
on. I got a super chat earlier that I don't think I read it. Let me go back up through here and see. Didn't I? I thought I did. Let me see. I can go into my analytics. It'll tell me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be building me a VTOL here soon, or a mini plane. I've seen a lot of miniature planes, and I thought about taking one of one of our whoops and
10.
actually making a plane out of one.
Well,
And I got some lightweight PLA. It's almost like foam, and I thought about doing some experimenting with it.
Have you got any experience, Skip, with that foam TPU or PLA, whatever it is that they're people are talking
I
about.
just got my hands on some, and I haven't printed with it yet. But I'm fixing to just experiment with it and see what it's like. I would like to make something small, like maybe my own like little airplane or something. But no, I haven't used it yet. But we're going to do that very soon.
Hmm. Well, it's showing me that I did get a super chat, but I don't see it in the chat at all. Well,
Okay,
anyway,
I've got a super chat right here, and it's by McFlies for
yeah,
1999. He said, "Keep up your good work, Marty."
okay, yeah, yeah. I think I read that. Yeah, I just don't see it in my chat now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm overlooking it because it's. I can pull it up in the YouTube chat. Let me do it that way.
that's what I did.
Yeah, instead of doing an OBS chat. Yeah, yeah. There it is. Thank you for the $20 super chat, McFlies. It's really appreciated, brother.
So you want to finish it off by telling people about your race, and I've
Yes.
got a race. I got a race coming up this weekend in Knoxville, Tennessee. We've
Oh, really?
got Tiny Trainer and Whoop race coming up.
Oh,
Uh,
is it going to be in Clinton?
yeah, it's going to be in Clinton. Uh,
What?
it's our. Uh, I don't know if it's our last one. It might be. I think we have a makeup race besides this one, or either this one's the makeup race and we have another one. But from what I understand, is I think we have one more race, but we have our championship race at Ice Storm.
Okay.
So, and there will be a bunch of cash prizes and stuff like that. And but that's that's a little far from me.
Yeah.
But if you want to come and join us at our local race in Knoxville, I will definitely be there. I don't know if I'm coming going to the ice storm yet or not.
Yeah.
But you also got a race coming up, and
Yeah. I
go ahead.
need to make it to that Knoxville one. Um, need to try to do that. That's this Saturday.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see you up to that one for
Yeah,
sure.
I need to try to make it to that one. I don't know what my schedule is like. I know this week is crazy busy, but let me say a few things about our race. I thought it was great. Um, we had a really good time. We learned a lot. I learned a lot on well about Windows. I've been a Mac guy for years, since 2007, and recently started getting back into PCs about a couple of years ago for trackside. It was trackside of running Mac and all, but I did also hear from a lot of people that Mads Tech, Aaron Ciotti, different people were having trouble Saturday. YouTube was having trouble. So I don't think that was the problem that we had. I think it was a firewall problem on. But anyway, even with that, I could not run like with how I'm running here. I've got two screens, and at a race I'll have three, and I actually have the YouTube studios open with my stream health. Like now, it's telling me that it's excellent. It's been excellent the whole span of this. It has the analytics and of course your stream key and all of that settings, but it also has your chat that you can pop out. I could not run that Saturday, and I set up and I worked hard for me. I spent a lot of time putting transitions and putting in the Middle Tennessee drone racing and the transitions, and went through Tim Tom's setup of how to make the animations work. That, like, if you remember, Skip, when it was on the pit cam and showing us, you had to manually switch, Well, from now on, when you hit start race and that tone goes off, it switches completely. Like it, you probably seen Dreadpools probably did that, and I know Evan and Mondo's do. Well, I was studying to, I mean, because you got to learn that stuff like Betaflight. It's not Mac or iPhone esque where or Bamboo where it does it for you. You got to learn, and I had a lot to learn with it. Unfortunately, I was not able to race in the 65 millimeter race. Skip set up two awesome tracks, put them on Velocidrone. Will you have? Will you be designing the track for Saturday, or someone else be doing that?
Yeah, I'll be designing the track for Saturday, and we're going to make it to where we can kind of flow into UDL a little bit better. That way, when the transition happens between tracks, it won't take as much work, and we will have a whole lot more time.
Do you
So
think
it'll be
you'll
a little
have
bit
it
more.
in Velocidrome at
Yeah,
all before
we'll,
then? Give
yeah,
people
we'll have
time
it.
to. I'm going to try to make it. Like I said, I don't know what my schedule is like, but we learned so much. I did make it into the UDL race. Those of you that watched the live stream of it, don't click off of it in the first minute or so when you can't hardly understand what I'm saying. I do realize that the mic's clipping. It is poor or lower quality audio through a lot of the race, except for when Skip's talking. As a pastor, I'll use this flashlight. As a pastor, a lot of times, you have people come up and they take a handheld mic and they want to put it down here like this and they want to talk. And you have to turn the gain up so much that if they move it up like this, it can blow your speakers. So we constantly tell people to set the microphone on their chin right here, not your lips. To the point when Skip was talking, it sounded good because Skip had it held about right here, and
No, I actually didn't. I actually, the way I had it is like, say this is the microphone here. I had it like this right here,
okay, so you had a
right?
little bit
But
more distance on it, and when uh, when we were switching out because he was calling it one time, was it you? I think it was you. I think it was Skip. Now, if I'm wrong,
yeah,
forgive me. It might have been Phil, but went back and I was like, thank you for calling that. And he said, that's all right. He says, I was scratching my butt with your microphone. That was you, wasn't it?
I can't believe you actually told him that.
I think that was you, wasn't it?
That was me. I definitely, yeah. I said, I said, yeah, just to let you know, I was scratching my butt with your microphone. I wasn't actually doing that,
Yeah,
but I knew I'd kick
yeah.
out a pastor
I,
saying that.
I thought it was hilarious. So it's right down. It's right in my alley of sick humor. But yeah, it went well. Um, I placed fourth. We had to paper rock scissor it for third and fourth because we really didn't have time for a runoff. But it worked out well because when I went back and watched the the finals, Z King got third in the paper rock scissors thing, and I'm so glad he did because he legitimately won third. If we would have went back and watched all of the placements in it, but we agreed beforehand that whoever that first and second we believed was going to be pretty clear that if it come down to it, we didn't know, we'd just paper rock scissors for it. But it worked out well. Hopefully I've got some footage I'm going to edit and put up on the page so you guys can see it. And the question someone texted me today is, so what's your decision? UWL or UDL? And all I can tell you is that Soki and Middle Tennessee Drone Racing, it's not me. It's not what I think. It's what we think. And we talk about it. And when we make a decision, it'll be a decision that we make together. So I have my opinions on it. Skip has told you a little bit of his. UDL has some things that I like about it. It does make it easier for a race director. It's a whole lot harder. It's not impossible, as we've learned. But it's a whole lot harder to cheat. And there are people that will cheat on purpose. But UWL, and I don't know if it's like what Skip said. Skip said it may have been that we were all used to UWL because it does have more power, and there is no throttle ramping, which I noticed that when you go to say to do a split S, which I don't know that we had any split S's, but when you go to make a sharp turn or something, and you wanna just go from like 3/4 throttle to full throttle, it ramps up to that. It's just not immediate like woof, and stops you. It's like a woo, and you've got to get used to that.
Yeah,
And
it's got kind of like a jolt to it.
yeah, and it's kind of like a and you get and it's different. I don't know how they're going to be able to simulate that in Velocidrone. I like the way UWL flew, but I like how UDL takes a lot of the guesswork out for the pilot. And so the if you were hoping, I was hoping that we would have a definitive answer with one race. We went back and forth. We sit and ate dinner afterwards, and we went back and forth the pros and cons, and we still have not made a decision as far as Southern Kentucky multi-rotor or Middle Tennessee drone racing of what our official stance is with that. But we'll let everyone know. And if someone would have showed up, a beginner, someone like Christian that or P Sizzle that just come on, if he would have showed up with a UWL flash, being a beginner, you can tell in practice laps, you know, if somebody's actually going to be in competition, and if they're not going to knock somebody off the podium or knock them out of brackets, I probably would have let somebody fly UWL. But
Well, didn't we say that most people that are going to show up with that is more than likely going to have the UDL updated firmware on it,
mm-hmm,
and it'd be much more complicated to get them back to UWL because it ain't just like turning the RPM filter off like you can with those.
yeah,
You have to reflash the whole thing, and
mm-hmm.
we just don't have time for that at a race. I
Right. The
mean,
only easy way to do that is if they had their own laptop there with a preset, and then you would still have to flash it back to. And I'll explain it to you like it was explained to me, and you can go back and watch the live stream when we had Isaac Pettit on here. It's Lamone created CAC for Heart of America. What's that league? What's that spec called? Freedom Spec. He created it for that. Tiny Trainer uses that CAC, and ProSpec uses that CAC. Well, because Betaflight is open source, the people from Street League took Lamone's CAC and changed it and turned it into their own. And Isaac adopted that, and they made changes to the Street League, which has boost in it, giving you only one boost, but it's a different flash. It handles, from my understanding, it handles bidirectional D-shot differently, and there's other things in the actual filters and things in it that makes it fly very different than Lamone's general CAC. Now, a lot of people in our chapters, we like Tiny Trainer. We like ProSpec, or most people do. I don't fly ProSpec, but I'm not against it. Most of the people in our chapter do like it. And people like Freedom Spec, and those are flashes of CAC that they're all the same. And it comes down to, if we were going to be having a race, a spec race that did, we did have freedom spec or we did have pro spec going with it, and did have tiny trainer going with it, that might be something that we may decide. That's one of the things that we're contemplating. It's not that this one's bad and this one's good, or we don't like this group and we don't like that group. It comes down to what's going to be best for Tennessee and Middle Tennessee, and for our chapter and our pilots. So that's why we're not rushing to make a decision. I think we'll fly it again. We'll do it again and see what the consensus is there. And we're not. Our race was a UDL race, but it was not an officially sanctioned UDL race. No one got points. No one got put on the leaderboards or anything like that on UDL. So it's just us trying it out for now. And until we make a decision as a group, that's how it will go. So I hope
And
that
I
explains it to you.
I
Go ahead.
think also on our next track, and when you asked me if I was making a track, I was talking about our track, not the 533 track. It's going to be totally different. But
Okay.
our track, yeah, I think when we go to make our next track for our track, I think we're going to try to make it more UDL related as far as what UDL would do themselves.
Mm-hmm.
As in, we're going to be using bigger gates for the ladder up and down sections,
Right.
and we're not going to use multiple. We might do
Two or
no
three.
more than two
Yeah.
or three. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so and it's going to be a whole lot bigger uh, gates because you got those PVC gates made just for that,
Mm-hmm.
and and we would be we want to utilize that and make sure we take advantage of that. So I think that's how we can give it a fair shake is by making more of a UDL spec track.
Yeah.
And we're at Soki in Middle Tennessee. We're used to having a lot in our tracks, and uh,
Sometimes too much.
I've been told, like when I was first making tracks for Soki in Middle Tennessee, I've been told that's not enough. We got to have more. So and but no, we definitely want to make things a little bit better to try to give it a fair shake
I want to
this go around.
I want to show you this, Skip. I talked to you about it, and it actually came in the mail today, and this is the first time I messed with it. I bought 200 of these, and you might be asking, what what are these? I bought a bunch of 40 millimeter or 40-inch PVC. This is Velcro wire ties that
Oh, okay.
you can take. It's just Velcro that you can just wrap around a pipe with an LED, say on this side, and cinch it down. And so you can build an LED ladder, uh, dive, whatever, and put the LEDs on whatever side you want to. And at the end of the race, unplug, just Velcro these and stick them back right. And because this is just different sizes of them, just stick it
All right.
right back on it, and then you throw all of your PVC back in the box. Which this I put this on the wrong side. Put it back in the box and throw these in there, and you're ready to go for the next race. That way, because what I run into is when you attach the LEDs, because I've been there, I've done this stuff for years. I've done LED races, dynamic tracks by my almost by myself for years, and you can attach the LEDs permanently to whatever you're using. But I've always thought it'd be better if I could just take the LED off and roll it back up in the spool. And that way, if I wanted to make a different feature at the next race, I can. Now, UDL and TinyWhoop are different than Tiny Trainer. You hit an actual LED with a Tiny Trainer prop, and you're going to knock that LED off. And that whole set from there on is going to be broken. But it's very unlikely that you're going to do that with a UDL or a 65 millimeter. That you're going to hit it hard enough to knock that off. And this pack right here from Amazon was $5, and let's see, I think it's 200 pieces total in this. So I think that way we can make whatever we want, and it will be LED lit up, either battery based or USB based, whichever one. I think Skip says that he puts up a lot of the stuff, puts up the gates, and I'm setting up the timing and all of that. And I think you said it works better having batteries on them than
Yeah,
running extension cords everywhere. So
absolutely.
so that's something that we need to work on, because I've got a lot of extension cords. And I used to, when I'm at the church, it's easier for me just to plug everything up to a brick and let it run. Because remember back just a couple of years ago, I would set up a course on Thursday night prior to my live stream. And then we would stream flying that Thursday night. And then we'd have pilots over Friday at lunch. And we'd fly all day Friday up into 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And people would camp out. And then we'd get up Saturday and do the finals. So, we would leave those LEDs burning for 12, 14 hours. And, you'd just go through batteries. But there at the gym, we're not there that long. So, yeah. And, and like I talked about last week, it's a team. We could not have done we couldn't have come close to doing what we did if it wouldn't have been a team effort. Wouldn't you agree, Skip?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We were so pressed on time. And so I have an appointment tomorrow to actually speak with the pastor of that church, and thank them for letting us use that and all of that, and but possibly using it for some other things in the future. So we'll see. I think that's what I wanted to touch on as far as the race wrap up. I wanted to test the 5-in-1 UDL that Skip at 533 built. Well, Skip built it for me. I sent him the parts, but it's he's part of 533. To give them credit, they sponsored the race, but I didn't. I ran the one that I ordered straight from I guess that was the first iteration that y'all come out with, wasn't it, Skip? Of the UDL that you put the V3 camera on for me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use it because I had flown UWL with that one. And I did get the one that Skip made, and I got out and flew a couple laps of it, and I was like, man, this flies pretty good. But to have a fair test to compare UWL to UDL, I wanted to use the same drone. So that's why I did it. Some of you may see the footage and coming out like, why didn't you end up using the, either the Popo one or the other one? And it was because I wanted to, I didn't want to wonder if the difference was the quad. And I know that the difference that I noticed there was the difference between UWL and UDL. And so that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, all right. Z King says UDL. Let's see here. What's that? UDL Spitriv? I don't know what you're trying to say. Punishes you for coming off the throttle. Maybe he's talking about UDL Igniter. I don't know. That's how it feels anyway. You, you don't hate it. Johnny says we got out of there quickly. Yeah, we were supposed to be out of there at 8, and at like what 8:03, we were doing one of the finals or something like that. But we tore down and got out of there quickly. So I think we were out of there in what 15 minutes or something like that. Skip.
Yeah.
If we could have got set up that quick. Now look.
I just found something amazing that I'm gonna have to show you later.
Okay. Z King says I don't hate it. Sort of. Oh, it's sort of. UDL sort of punishes you for coming off the throttle. Yeah, I think you're right. If you can hold it and keep it full throttle. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, Zach. And that's Zach said that UDL kind of punishes you for when you come off the throttle. Skip. Did I lose you, audio wise?
No, you still
Okay.
got me.
Okay. Did you hear what I said? I said Z King
Yeah,
says that
yeah.
UDL sort of punishes you for coming off of full throttle. I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. Uh, but I don't think that's what they intended for. But uh, yeah, it's just different. You know, the accelerating and braking is different, and but yeah, it's something we're going to have to really uh, put some effort in practicing and getting used to.
Yeah. Now, DJ Lee told me to come and watch Bardwell get smoked.
He's talking about the race at 5:33. I don't know if Bardwell's going to be there at the next one
Yeah.
or not.
Johnny Scar says it was great fun.
Definitely.
Bardwell smoked so bad he forgot to take his drone home. Yeah, I remember the little short that Skip put out. They hit it with a hammer.
All righty. Well,
You
I've got a
avoid.
107.
Yep.
I'm going to have to.
Yes, I know we don't. Tuesday nights aren't that long and belabored. Wednesday nights is when I bloviate, or Thursday nights is when I bloviate. Well, I'll bloviate Wednesday nights too at church, but so and bloviate, that can be a new word for you today. It just means talk like I'm doing now, just rambling on and on and on when we need to go. Skip, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank
Have a good
you.
one.
All right. See ya.
All right, brother. Bye bye. All right. Great man there, Mr. Atreides. Go out and sub to his channel, all of that. Show up to the race this Saturday that 533 is having. It's a great group of guys. Thank you for that. I hit my microphone again. I've got to put some tape over that or something. All right, I don't know where I was at. Skip's a great guy. Thanks everybody for. I said smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done it. Thanks everybody for the memberships. I don't know.
Atreides.
I don't know if you noticed your name, Johnny, but your name was scrolling up here all night as one of the new members. And yes, I did. Skip, I touched my mic. I leaned over and I laid this over top of it. Does that look familiar, Johnny? Told you I had another pair of them. put this around your glasses when you're putting your goggles on, and you can just set your glasses down, pull your goggles up. Works good. So, yes, thanks everybody for showing up tonight. Big thanks to Skip and Christian for coming out. I hope we didn't scare him off by dropping him into the middle of a live stream. First time he jumps on to Discord. But if you'll watch on the side of Discord there, if you see us in the one that's titled live stream, that means if you go on there, you may end up showing up on a live stream. But he was new. He hasn't loaded Discord and all of that. A big thanks to him, and I'm excited to get to know him better and get some races going on there where he's at. Yes, I put them on my glasses today, actually. Thank you for those. I usually keep them in my goggle case. And I'd forgot to put them back in, and that's how you ended up with them. So these are sitting out here, and I actually draped them across my microphone. Y'all seen my microphone before. That green light, all I got to do, watch. Now you can hear again. So I draped it across, and when I draped it across that, evidently it turned the mic off again. So it's all good. I should probably turn it around like this. I can't. If I unplug it, I can. If I unplug it, I can turn it around. So, and I may do that after I get off the stream. So thanks everybody. Good night. Remember, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, keep flying and rise up and meet me in the air. God bless you.